Hello everyone. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the Spino. It is the Spino E1 by Motion, and we currently offer these on our website. They are good quality units and great bang for the buck. So without further ado, let's open it. So, in this video, we're opening for the very first time a Spino. As you can see, it came factory sealed. It does have two handles, one on each side. So, it's going to give you a kickstart. So, it's going to give you your guide, your QR code to download the app, and then it's also going to recommend you charge it before anything else happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out of the box, we're going to charge it up, and then put it to work. So when in work, you can see you're going to drop it in the water, it's going to work, and then when you're finished, it will surface suction, or you can grab it with the hook. So I'm here to show you easy ways to unbox and also after use get into the cleaning mechanism. So there's going to be a couple chambers to clean out after your cleaning usage at the pool. And one thing I can tell you is more is less, because, or less is more, because what happens is if you don't do this routine, then you'll get clogs, you'll continue to get clogs, and then you'll build up issues. On the back here, we have a diagram of what everything is. And so really the main surface here is going to be the rolling brush, the gripping feet, the water inlet slash scushing cup, and then the charging port cover, and then the cleaning cover. So there are a few wear parts on here that we'll talk about in just a minute. Very nice unboxing experience. Charger comes, you can tie that into your building mount however you want. And I'm not going to say the plug style looks standard, but it could be a standard plug style. Very well sealed. I'm going to set this off to the side. Within our manual book is going to be the product guide, which is going to give you the basic understanding of the robot, and it's going to explain the battery life status codes, and it's going to tell you to go download the app. So let's keep moving. There's no serialized information, nothing over important on here outside of the app, and we'll just keep that open. This here is the mighty hook that they're referring to. This goes on any sort of boom attachment that you have around the house. And as you can see, it's a hook. It says Spino right there, and then it has two little side holster triggers that allow it to go inside of a shaft, so then you can grab your Spino. Very nice. And there's a nice sheath. And then here is the Spino itself. It's actually very well packaged, I won't lie. the form fit in here is spot on, and I'm really excited to get her out. Not as heavy as I was anticipating. So now what I'm doing here, I'll just show you on the camera. So I'm packing all these foam inserts right back in the box. I'm a firm believer in keeping all your packaging just in case down the line if you want to sell it, or if you need to refer to something later on, you can get to it. I will add more components into the box as soon as I get done utilizing them. So I'm going to set the box behind us. Now that we have the Spino open out, we can talk about it a little bit. I'm going to say I don't want to lie on a poundage. I'll find that out when I come back. But here we have this is actually a pretty good idea for a protector, but then also to ensure and know that it's been removed and you removed it. See that? Set this right on the middle, just like that. I'm usually not good with these like levers and doors. Okay, not bad. We have one Decusson pouch. So this is actually a pretty nice little holster here. These must be two wear areas during transport, so that's the only reason I can think to put these two pieces of film on here. But I will say it is nice, glossy, looks good, and looks a decent sized capacity for the size of the robot. Throw that back in, close the door. So it looks like on the bottom, as you can see, we have that top roller we talked about, and then we have the connection point. Then there's another connection point here. Then we have the belts, and then we have this one rubber scutcheon that helps keep things tight. And it looks like everything is easily accessible to be changed out. So let's charge it up and give it a go. Looks like a little Ferrari. Hello everybody, I'm back. The Spino is fully charged now, and I'm ready to go through the activation sequence with you. So we're going to utilize our phone, and we're going to utilize the Momotion app that we have. And this app is utilized for mowing, sweeping, any Momotion product you have. And what you're going to do is go into the Momotion app, log in with your credentials, and then you're going to go to please add your new robot or RTK to get started. So what I'm going to do is turn on the machine at this point in time. It's just a one long hard press, and then you can hear it turn on, and then you'll actually see it states full green and floor on the bottom. So now I'm going to add device, and the reason why I did this first is because it won't search for anything if nothing's on. So we needed to activate the robot before we then found it in the app. So now we're going to go ahead and sync with the app. Now what the robot is offering is tips on how to function best. So the robot will clean the walls, water line, floor until the battery is depleted. Next, the robot will only clean the pool floor until the battery is depleted. 3, the robot will clean pool walls and water line until battery is depleted. Lastly, the robot will clean the pool floor for 50 minutes every other day until the battery is depleted. So this here offers a functionality of connection depending on what you want to do. So if we want to do the floor, the walls, water line, then we're going to select all here. What I'm doing now is updating the software to the Spino, because since the Spinos came out, they might have changed firmware updates, etc. So it looks like there is added alerts, added pool floor monitoring, added charger temperature protection within the battery management supply, and then a notification if the filter basket isn't installed correctly. So we're just going to hit it upgrade, and if you look here at the status bar, we're at 0% right now. I like how it says upgrading instead of like new firmware version, etc. It's not necessarily upgrading, it's just reflashing it with better software and or a patch update. So going back to these zones, why this has plenty of minutes left is, so you can kind of get the ideology behind how it's gonna work. So we have a bottom/floor function of the pool, and then we're gonna have the walls and water line. So this does, in essence, 2 to 3 different movements underneath the water, and then when it's complete, it will go back to its orientation and suck onto the side of the water line so that then you can grab it and charge it. This also allows you to pre-program the controls so that you can keep your device in the water for the most amount of minutes. So if I want to, once every other day, clean the pool and only touch the robot once a week, it's given that ability. And so that's what's really nice about this Spino is you can run it as a one-time use, or you can run it as a permanent in-pool product. It just depends on what your thought process behind your cleaning program is and how big your pool is. It's all relative. So we got the new software flashed onto here. We're gonna finish. And then, as you can see here, it shows what the app actually does for each mode. So in Eco, it'll clean the floor every 50 minutes, every other day until the battery's depleted. The walls and water line will scrub and scrub and scrub only on the water line and walls until the battery's depleted, the floors, and then we have the full picture here. And I would tell you that it just depends on how big your pool is and how much surface area you're trying to clean. It's all relative at the end of the day in the amount of battery life and cycles you can get out of each individual charge, as well as how clean or unclean your pool is. Maybe after a bad event outside, you're going to have more debris in your pool, and that's something you'll want to be mindful of. If you have any large debris running around, please keep that in mind, that these filters, although nice, aren't impenetrable to sharp objects getting hit at them in multiple radiations. So the nice thing about this robot is I'm going through and I'm jogging it from the front end, and if you look here, we have a full green status bar, then we have all, we have floor, we have wall, and we have eco. And that allows us to really not even need the phone at the end of the day and just go ahead and drop it in and forget it. Depending on what modes you select, you just need to remember, hey, am I going to do the entire pool, the floor, the walls, or every other day? I hope this was informative. Next, we're going to go poolside. I did tell you I was going to get the weight, and here I come. So I did have to get a scale. My scale only handled up to like 6 pounds. So now I needed a legit scale that could handle 50 extra pounds. So we're going to tear it out here. As you can see, we have a 0.2 ounce deviation just due to the table, which is highly tolerable. And then I'm going to set this robot on the scale, make sure it hits the entire thing. Yes, we are fully on. So as you see, we are weighing in at 20 pounds, 11 ounces. Before we go out into the field, there was a couple more settings I was able to find as soon as I got the device in no movement mode. So if you cycle through all the modes at the end, you'll get no indication on what it's scrubbing. So then from there, you will press this gear looking mechanism in the top right corner that then gets you to settings. And then from settings, what you're going to do is set up your units if you're imperial or metric, and then your pool settings. So depending on if we have what style of pool wall, is it going to be an aggregate? Is it going to be more of a tile substance? Is it going to be more of a glassy style pool? So those are the different selections that you can choose, and that affects the brush speed. Now also, it allows you to do your floor speed movement. So what we have this set currently at is at 0.66 feet per second, which is probably equatable to like 4 feet a minute or something like that. So there's a couple little hidden features. Beta, so before a app gets launched, it's in test stage. Then it goes into an alpha program. There's a few people that get availability, and then it goes to beta, and then it goes into mass launch. So what we have is we have a function which is pretty cool for beta features. So this has 2 different beta features. One is called Turbo Clean, and if you check this box, it's actually going to boost the suction in performance for that one time a year, or if your pool is actually intensively dirty or excessively dirty, you're going to want to select this, and then this will allow you to do a turbo cleaning. But you don't want to do a turbo cleaning all the time because you're going to put more stress on the motors, the brushes, and the rest of your components. So then, platform cleaning. This feature allows the robot to clean platforms within the pool. When encountering a platform or wall, the robot will automatically climb them. So the reason why I'm not going to activate this feature is where we have a pool facility. It has a hot tub that uses a waterfall function to go into the master pool. And if I had this on, it would try to continuously climb that section between the master pool and the hot tub. And the materials change over that period of area. And there's a drip pan that sticks off about a 1/2 inch. So that wouldn't allow the robot to get up to that platform. But if you did have a center median within your pool area, you would want to select this, or to get to another zone within your pool. So I'm going to turn the turbo clean off for now, and then these are the functions. So what's neat about this is this Spino also allows you to name the device, and then you have the robot serialized, and then also your logs. So anything that you do, you'll be able to identify what it's done and how long it's done it, because it keeps track of the logs. So with that being said, we have 96% left on this battery, and we've used it for this tutorial purpose. I had it plugged in prior to getting acclimated with things, but now I'm eager to see how the performance level goes in the water. Here we go. Hey guys, I'm here to update you from the pool house with Spino. So this device is charging. As you may seen in the past videos, you can definitely mount this charger. If there's a certain area that you want, maybe you want it up here fixed, that's no problem. You could even theory do some hard wiring and just have this pigtail sticking out of a socket somewhere. So the Spino plugs in from the back, and we're getting ready to use it. So what I'm going to do is unplug it. As you can see with the charging station, we have a green light here. When it's red, it's in charging sequence. So at this point, we're going to remove the plug, and we're going to set the plug back down against the wall. After we're completed with our missions, then we will charge again. This is a good orientation and a good size of area to do this in. There's different ways people charge and keep this unit either flat, upright, on its side. There's many different orientations. You just have to have the right fixture for it to do so. That's where this is just easy, right on the ground. So without further ado, we're going to go for it. Without further ado, people, I give you the Spino. We're going to start it in the shallow end and then have it work down into the deep end and see how it does traversing these stairs. What I am going to do is switch the format to aggregate. And this all depends on what pool you're running at. Here, we're running on a concrete pool. So I'm going to activate the device by pressing once. One long press. Sorry, the light's giving me a little issue, but it's bright. control it via the app, and before I do so, I'm going to get our network log back in here. I'm going to have to connect to a Wi-Fi, and I'll be right back.